Yankees are ruining Anthony Volpe. I don't know if the Yankees are in love with Anthony Volpe or the New York Yankees franchise hates Anthony Volpe, because I've never seen a bad player on the New York Yankees get played every single day. I've never seen a manager jump through hoops and go out of his way to play this kid in any way possible. Whether it's a defensive replacement and you lead Major League Baseball in errors as Anthony Volpe does, and you put him in, you start to question a person's sanity or logic. So there's only one answer to this question. It's Brian Cashman, Senator Palpatine from Star Wars, the Sith Lord, sending messages down to Aaron Boone. Play Anthony Volpe. More power! Anthony Volpe! Ah!
Bellinger, yeah. Wind going out to right. Ball going out to right. Goodbye. Chisholm slugs that to right field indeed. Tuckman looking up, and that is gone.
2-0.
Deep drive into left field. Back it goes.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees win, and Anthony Volpe is handing out extra outs in Chicago. We've got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's postgame press conference. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining me right here, New York Minute Sports. And the Yankees win, and they get a win that they needed, and they get their fifth in a row. But that is not what you look for when you're playing one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. The things that you look for as a Yankee fan is no errors and no base running mistakes. All the things that the Yankees have done to shoot themselves in the foot this year against good teams that come back to bite them in the ass happened once again tonight to the New York Yankees in Chicago. As Yogi Berra would say, it was deja vu all over again for the Jersey boys. Anthony Volpe, who is literally on all fours at second base at one point. You can see Anthony Volpe lock up his brain and then send messages to his body where his feet got tangled up and he didn't know what planet he was on. Volpe gives other teams outs. If Anthony Volpe is feeling the pressure against the worst team in Major League Baseball in Chicago, out of town, in a low leverage game, and as low leverage as you can get it, and he locks up, you have a problem. And please, I'm begging you, anybody, stop calling what the Yankees did with Anthony Volpe a benching. That's not a benching. Sitting a guy down for 12 innings and bringing him in as a defensive replacement at one point, and he leads the league in errors in the 8th inning, and Aaron Boone put Devin Williams into the game in the same inning. Volpe and Devin Williams, he might have been drinking in the dugout, but that wasn't a benching. What they did to Gleyber Torres and sat him for a whole series last year, that is a benching. Where Gleyber Torres was sitting next to Aaron Boone the whole time like it was his shadow, that is a benching. I said it the other night, what they're doing with Anthony Volpe is like one parent grounds the kid, the other parent walks into his room 5 minutes later and says, you know what, you're not grounded. Not only was Anthony Volpe's error so bad, the official scorer did not put the earned runs on Will Warren. If you look at Will Warren's box score, he just has 4 runs, not 4 earned runs. Because of Anthony Volpe's error, they were able to get away with it because the White Sox are just that bad, folks. I think what the Yankees are doing is they're getting cute, knowing the level of competition they're playing right now, and they are putting Anthony Volpe out there by trial and by fire every single night. The New York Yankees are ruining Anthony Volpe. I don't know if the Yankees are in love with Anthony Volpe or the New York Yankees franchise hates Anthony Volpe, because I've never seen a bad player on the New York Yankees get played every single day. I've never seen a bad player of this caliber, a manager, jump through hoops and go out of his way to play this kid in any way possible. Whether it's a defensive replacement and you lead Major League Baseball in errors as Anthony Volpe does, and you put him in, you start to question a person's sanity or logic. So there's only one answer to this question. It's Brian Cashman, Senator Palpatine from Star Wars, the Sith Lord, sending messages down to Aaron Boone. Play Anthony Volpe. More power. Anthony Volpe. Ah! And Boone picks up the phone and he's like, I don't want to play him, but he can't say no to Senator Palpatine and the front office. Aaron Boone as their puppet, and he will do whatever his supreme leader says. That is Brian Cashman. That's why he's playing Anthony Volpe, and that's why Brian Cashman is so stubborn, and his ego is not his amigo, because he continues to make Aaron Boone play Anthony Volpe game after game after game after game. No more. Rosario starts at third. Caballero starts at shortstop. I am getting tired of Ryan McMahon's nonsense at the plate. Now I know what Rocky fans were talking about when I see every single dismal at-bat that he has hitting 208. Either it's a strikeout or it's a home run in meaningless scrap-up time. Okay? Ryan McMahon, the only time we should see him is a defensive replacement. Guys, this is simple math. This is baseball. You don't need to make it more complicated than it is. If a guy can't field his position, you don't play him every single night. It's as simple as that. Rosario and Caballero got the swag, they got the confidence, and they got the defense to play both positions. Why are you fiddle-fucking around as an organization with this kid and ruining him game by game? Another thing with Anthony Volpe is you can even see Paul Goldschmidt when Anthony Volpe throws him a good throw. He's like pointing to Anthony Volpe. This is a whole vibe on the team where Anthony Volpe, let's hope he does well today. Let's get behind him, guys. That plays into a player's psyche. When you feel like you're the sad story on the team and guys are like, you can do it, Anthony. It's like, no, we're all professionals in this room and everyone should be able to do it. And enough of the no booing Anthony Volpe at Yankee Stadium. I don't boo personally, but Yankee fans pay top dollar and pay $18 for a beer. Boo until your heart's content. Boo Baboon, boo Anthony Volpe, boo all these guys, because guess what? Enough is enough. Have we not seen enough of Anthony Volpe in the last 3 years to see that this kid doesn't have it, or that he is so lost that he needs to be sent down to AAA to get right? You can't get right when you're getting your head bashed in every single night. You can't expect to turn your offense around when your defense and when you're terrified to leave the dugout to go play defense. And you saw it in his eyeballs tonight, and you saw him locked up in a big spot. Caballero will not lock up in a big spot. That guy has ice running through his veins. I'm telling you right now. And he's nasty, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Anthony Volpe, who acts like he has a lobotomy on the field, and he has zero emotion, and this guy is going to ruin the Yankees in a big spot. Does this organization not see that they have a ticking time bomb at shortstop, and they cannot keep going game after game after game, getting zero offensive production from the catching position, from third base, and from shortstop? You have serious teams coming up. You need to get your shit right. The bullpen looked great tonight. The bullpen didn't even give up a hit after Will Warren left the game. Will Warren's performance, I liked it again. I am a fanboy of Will Warren. Will Warren is my adopted son of the season. I adopt two players that are younger than me. Well, at this point, everyone's younger than me. I adopted Ben Rice and Will Warren this year, okay? I adopted Luke Weaver last year, and I adopted Oswaldo Cabrera. So I'm 3 for 4, okay? The Yankees are getting cute playing shitty competition. They are scoring major runs on terrible teams. The Yankees cannot fly in another team and play better competition. They have to play the teams in front of them. But if the Yankees want to get cute and play Anthony Volpe against Houston, Detroit, Toronto, and Boston, they are going to be in a world of hurt if they keep fielding Anthony Volpe out there. And the Yankees can only blame themselves continually trotting Anthony Volpe out. It's almost a dereliction of duty, and it's almost detrimental to this kid at this point, because this kid will take the ball every day. He will play every day. But at some point, you got to save this kid from himself. Let's go to Aaron Boone's press conference.
Outstanding athlete, unique kind of hand-eye, bat to ball, but also the ability to hit the ball in the air like he does, and that pull power for him, really plays. But, just an outstanding all-around ball player, obviously.
Cody Bellinger, been on fire, start of the season, slow start. Everyone was saying, did the Yankees make the right move in getting him? Absolutely. The guy can play everywhere, sells hot dogs in between plays, hits from the left side of the plate, power, hits for singles, hits for average, does whatever the New York Yankees are asking for. I'm just a little scared. He is a Boris client, and he is in a contract year, and he's playing out of his mind, so he's probably going to charge buco bucks. So let's enjoy Cody Bellinger while he's here. I was talking about his base running mistake earlier tonight, which is going to cost the Yankees, and that's a couple of games that Cody Bellinger has made a couple of errors in the outfield the other night, now on the base running pads. But you know what? There is 162 games in this season, and if it's anybody I am not worried about, it's Cody Bellinger.
Having a great year.
We talk a lot to ask you a lot about Anthony Volpe. To see him get a couple hits tonight to drive one in, just what do you think that can do for him to kind of jumpstart him moving?
Yeah, hopefully something to get him going, and to finish it off with a quality at bat for a sac fly for the tack on run there. I like that too. And after the error there in the second inning, I thought he made 3 kind of really stellar plays. So good to see him bounce back from that. We need to get him going.
This is the thing, though. We can't have that one error and get him going. That one error cost you 4 runs, Aaron Boone. Like, I would have pulled Anthony Volpe from the game and put Caballero in immediately. I don't care at this point. You cannot let a guy into the game that can't field the position. Shortstop is one of the most crucial positions on the diamond. I've said it before. Teams that win World Series and championships or get far in the playoffs are strong up the middle. Catcher, shortstop, second base, and center field. The Yankees are lacking in a lot of those situations. And Anthony Volpe is a glaring mistake. And it's not like Aaron Boone doesn't have any recourse. He has Caballero sitting there looking at him, willing to play shortstop, but just Aaron Boone refuses because the Yankees are playing the White Sox, and they can get away with literally giving up a grand slam and making errors and stuff like that. But does that make Anthony Volpe a better player? And let me know in the comments below. Does that make Anthony Volpe a better player in the fact that he can give up an error that gives up 4 runs and he's still in the game? Does that make him I just don't see it. No, it doesn't. Because if you have the fear of getting benched at this point, that's the only thing that's going to change him.
Obviously he's such an important part of what we do. So hopefully this is something he can build on.
The results were there, but did anything look different about him in the batter's box tonight?
I don't know. Again, like even going back the last 4 games, there's been an at bat in each game where he hasn't got rewarded, where he's squared it up. And so, but in and around that, he's had some at bats that haven't gone well. So a little more consistent, a little more disciplined tonight. And good to see him get some results.
I don't know. Maybe the Yankees is just a big cult now. and they're all drinking the same Kool-Aid. Am I watching the same team as this? How are we not talking about the error that gave up 4 runs? Look at the box score. That 1 and that 4 are all because of Anthony Volpe. I don't give a shit if he got a double and an RBI in a game that means nothing in a situation in tack-on time. He got a sacrifice fly tonight, and he hit a double in bullshit mop-up time. The thing we should be concentrating on is that the fact that you have a ticking time bomb at shortstop, and you're sitting here in your postgame press conference saying that Anthony Volpe is an integral part to the New York Yankees. He doesn't need to be. Caballero is right there waiting in the wings, plays a good shortstop. A mop and a bucket at this point would play better than Anthony Volpe because he's done nothing but regress under you and Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone, in the last 2.5 years. A Gold Glover to a guy that plays like he has a blindfold on. What are we doing here as an organization and as Yankee fans? We're getting gaslit because you keep rolling them out there every single night.
And that's the 21st time that this team has put up double digits that leads all of Major League Baseball. Just when they are passing the baton and getting contributions up and down, what is it like to just kind of watch that unfold throughout a game?
Yeah. It's really good. And again, it's why I still feel like, our best baseball's in front of us.
I agree. In the regular season, yes, those stats are fantastic. It's great. In the postseason, that will not happen. The 5+ runs, what the Yankees do, and all this 9 home runs and 10+ runs and all that shit, that doesn't happen in the postseason. Everybody gets tight. Everybody tightens up. The air gets a little crisp in it. The leaves start falling. It's October. It's different. Every single at-bat counts. In 162 games, you can mail in a few. And in fact, the Yankees have mailed in a lot, if you ask me. But when you have the postseason and you got the banners on the side of the field and it's pressure time, that is when you only score about 3 or 5 runs. You need good pitching, and guess what? Good defense. And if you have guys like Anthony Volpe out there, the Yankees are going to lose in a big spot by giving up runs by an error to a superior team. And in fact, if they continue to play Anthony Volpe, that could happen as soon as next week, and you won't even have to wait till October.
Because, knock on wood, we're healthy. So there's real length to the order, and there's places that can hurt you up and down the order. There's obviously the speed element with a number of guys, and because our bench has improved and we have kind of better options and things in certain situations that the game produces. But a lot of
a little statistic for Jazz: 8 home runs, 10 stolen bases in August. That's exactly what we need for Jazz Chisholm. You know what? He was a little bit lost there since the All-Star break. I don't know if it was calibrating his swing for the home run derby, or maybe he did have some personal stuff going on because he did lose his best friend a few days ago. And in fact, since the passing of his friend, he has been lights out. He's been on fire. Everybody's had that situation. Personal things happen in your life. It kind of takes you away from work. Seems like Jazz is in a better place mentally. I saw him in the dugout earlier tonight, and he's locked into that pad, and he wasn't doing that a month ago. It seems like he's attentive. Seems like he's ready to go, and that's some really good company. Alfonso Soriano and Alex Rodriguez, third Yankee all-time with 8+ home runs, 8 stolen bases in the month of August. What a really good stat for Jazz, and guess what? We're going to need him, folks. As much as I complain about him, as much as he wants to bitch in my comment section on Instagram, New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN, people were asking me in the comment section. Yeah, you can see the whole conversation between me and Jazz. The whole story's on there. Go check it out. But Jazz is trending in the right direction.
Volpe's make up a lot. Tonight's error ends up costing you guys 4 runs, and to not get past that and have good at-bats after that, is that easier said than done from a young kid?
I think so, but he has that trait, and that's why I talk about, I think wiring-wise, he's made for it, So you got to keep playing. you know, I feel like he's always kind of done that. And I think it's an important trait to have in our business. You better be able to get past some failures or some mistakes. Or
I've never seen anybody grasp at straws more than Baboon right here. By the way, are they interviewing behind a dumpster behind the Chicago White Sox stadium? Anthony Volpe is wired correctly for this. Anthony Volpe in front of our eyes tonight committed an error where you saw him look at the ball, his body locked up because his brain locked up because of pressure. So what is Aaron Boone talking about? And people are acting like he hit for the cycle tonight. He hit a sac fly and a double. He's 1 for 37. What are we talking about here? Aaron Boone, I think, might be an MK Ultra patient at this point and is being hypnotized by Brian Cashman. We might have a breaking story right here, New York Minute. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe.
or this game will sink you.
Judge wound up scoring there in that 5th inning, but on the Giancarlo ball up the middle, what happened with him and Bellinger there?
Well, we weren't going on contact.
There you go. Will Warren, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, not earned runs because of Anthony Volpe's error, 3 Ks, which is very low for him. Didn't have it tonight, still got the win. Just think about this, being a rookie pitcher, taking the ball every single time you've been asked, and the fans still don't like you. I don't know what the Yankee fans are not seeing in this guy, but Will Warren is the real deal. And if we didn't have Will Warren, we would be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle and probably be 4th in this division because he has been giving quality starts, quality outs, and he is up there for candidate of Rookie of the Year. And just think about this, how much adversity that he would have to come over every time looking over his right shoulder at Anthony Volpe, staring at the clouds, looking with googly eyes at him and going, this guy, shit, he is going to blow it at any time. And then Anthony Volpe screws up and you give up a grand slam. How do you rebound from that? How do you go out there like Mark Leiter Jr., yes, another Yankee fan favorite that everybody hates? I was talking to people in the stadium. They can't stand him. Do you know, just like Juan Soto is the leader in bad luck outs because Ben Rice is 2nd in Major League Baseball, Mark Leiter Jr. is number 1 in errors behind him as a pitcher. Number 1 in Major League Baseball because Anthony Volpe is his shortstop. So doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is known as insanity. Or it's Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman of the New York Yankees. Or coming back right here and watching New York Minute Sports. Thank you for the support, guys. We have over 100,000 views in the past week. Thank you so much. Guys, the support, the comments have been so sweet. I really appreciate it. Like I said before, wall-to-wall NFL coverage starting next week. We got the Jets, we got the Giants, all NFL. The Yankees postseason rush next week is going to be insane. Houston, Detroit, Toronto, Boston. I'm going to be here, locked in, post-game, every single game. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.